I knew I was gonna meet him when I was coming to the game, and that's like one of my idols, like the GOAT to me. So he's my favorite player of all time.
Your dream come true. You've made so many dreams come true. State Farm knew it had been some time since you'd seen, and like a good neighbor, State Farm.
Caitlin Clark just revealed the 6 players who shaped her game. One is a forgotten college legend she straight up obsessed over. Another literally walked onto the court on senior night and made her cry. And one more, the so-called GOAT in her eyes. And it's not who you think. From logo threes to fearless playmaking, this list explains exactly how Clark became Clark. Let's break it down fast. We're ranking the 6 names, showing what she took from each, and revealing the shock pick that made the entire basketball world do a double take. If you're new here, hit subscribe, because by the end, you'll see Clark's game in a totally new way. Caitlin grew up not just watching basketball, she studied it. Women's legends who built the W, NBA superstars who rewired the sport, and yes, one college flamethrower who burned so bright he turned a 9-year-old in Iowa into a student of deep-range chaos. Clark says it herself. Even if you're not trying to copy, you absorb what you consume. She consumed everything, and then she fused it into something original. Start with the quiet influence, Kevin Durant. Clark doesn't name-drop KD as loudly as others. But watch her and you'll see the philosophy. Durant's whole thing is being unguardable from everywhere. 3, mid-range, post-transition, and punishing whatever coverage you pick. Clark mirrors that logic. Sag off, she buries the 3. Chase her over the top, she shifts gears. Attacks the lane, finishes through contact, or finds the cutter. Taller than most guards, she shoots over the contest, posts mismatches, and toggles between scorer and facilitator, KD energy. It's less imitation and more mindset. Be a moving problem that keeps defenses guessing. That's how you break game plans before the ball even crosses half court. KD gave Clark permission to be multidimensional. Not just a shooter, a scorer from anywhere who can also run the whole show. Before Clark broke his college scoring record, she studied his style. Pistol Pete didn't just produce points, he performed them. No-look lasers, behind-the-back dribbles, angles that made coaches blink. The swagger, the audacity. Clark's ponytail Pete comps didn't come from nowhere. Watch her in transition. A whip pass to the corner that arrives before defenders turn their heads, the step back into a crowd, then the stare down to the baseline cameras. It's not reckless, it's rehearsed feel, the kind Maravich played with. When Clark passed Pete's all-time NCAA scoring mark, it wasn't just a number changing, it was a baton pass in style, from the game's original rule bender to the modern era's showrunner. Maravich gave Clark the courage to improvise, to trust her eyes, and to make basketball a spectacle without sacrificing winning. Ask Clark who the GOAT is. She points to LeBron. Not because of highlights, but because of control. LeBron's superpower isn't just 40,000 career points, it's running the entire offense like a conductor. See the floor, manipulate matchups, make the right read again and again. That's Clark. She can hang 40, but she prefers to lift 5. As a rookie, she stacked assists, hunted triple-doubles, and turned possessions into puzzles only she knew how to solve. Drive, draw 3, dart the ball to a shooter who didn't even know she was open until it hit her hands. That's LeBron basketball.
I knew I was gonna meet him when I was coming to the game, and that's like one of my idols. Like LeBron is the GOAT to me, so I don't know, it's just like a crazy moment where I got to meet him in the back, and for him to go out of his way and like wish me luck on the season. And he really does follow the WNBA, and he watches and he loves and appreciates basketball, and he loves and appreciates the way the Fever and my teammates play. And I mean, it's just really cool. I saw that. I didn't see it before the game, but obviously a lot of people had sent it to me after the game. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I thought it was kind of fake at first, but he's my favorite player of all time. I mean, you never know in today's world, I guess. I didn't know. I was like, wait, is this actually LeBron James? I knew the picture was real because I knew that was me, but yeah, it was pretty incredible. Like, I mean.
And then there's the mutual respect, the shout-outs, the good luck messages, the viral moment where Clark admitted she had to double-check if it was really him. Pressure recognizes pressure. The chosen one and the new one, both carrying the weight and still smiling when the lights get hotter. From LeBron, Clark learned that the most dangerous scorer might be the passer who chooses when to score. Here's the twist. Clark wasn't just tracking icons, she was glued to Jimmer Fredette. 9 years old, locked into every BYU game, Rewinding the YouTube highlights, wearing the Teach Me How to Jimmer shirt, memorizing the step backs and the momentum forward shooting motion. Jimmer's NBA story fizzled, but his college run lit a fuse. He showed a small guard could pull from absurd distances and make it feel inevitable. Years later at Carver Hawkeye, Sue Bird brings Jimmer to meet Clark on Sue's places. They do a custom three-point contest. Bird picks ridiculous spots. Clark drills the out-of-bounds bomb, edges Jimmer 3-2, then deadpans. Great hanging with the two people who invented the three-point shot. Ice cold, hilarious, peak Caitlin. Jimmer didn't give Clark a career path. He gave her permission. You can warp the floor with range. You can make too deep a myth. Of course, Steph makes the list. Everything about Clark's long-range game whispers Curry lineage. The relocations, the quick trigger off the bounce, the logo casual. Steph normalized the 30-footer. Clark industrialized it in the women's game. But here's the nuance. Curry himself doesn't love the comparison when it compresses Clark into shooter. He's right. Her passing, rebounding, pace control, those are elite in their own lanes. Still, the confidence to shoot from anywhere and the mechanics to make it sustainable, that's Steph's gift to the era. Even the swagger, hit, turn, grin, jog back like physics is a rumor. Yeah, we see it. Curry handed Clark the keys to basketball's newest frontier, range as a system, not a party trick. Before the logo threes, before the sold-out arenas, there was a kid in Iowa telling anyone who asked, Maya Moore. Not one of, not maybe, her hero. 4 NCAA titles at UConn, 4 WNBA rings with Minnesota, 2 Olympic golds, and a game that was complete, selfless, inevitable. Clark didn't just admire Maya's scoring. She studied the totality, guard skills in a power frame, post smaller players, shoot over length, defend a wing one play, and initiate the break the next. Winning as a habit, not a headline.
State Farm knew it had been some time since you'd seen Maya, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Maya Moore is there.
Oh my gosh.
Senior night, March 2024. Carver Hawkeye is a noise machine. And then, surprise, Maya Moore walks out. Clark freezes, smiles, tears up, they hug, the arena melts. Later on SNL's Weekend Update, Clark thanks the women who built the road: Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Cooper, Dawn Staley, and yes, Maya Moore. That's not PR, that's lineage. Respect for the pioneers who played for tiny checks and smaller crowds. Clark cashes the receipts. She never forgets who paid the tab. Maya Moore isn't just an influence. She's the standard. Play the whole game. Win the biggest moments. Make everyone around you better.
I know Maya Moore is your favorite player. In a game to 11 against prime Maya Moore, how many points?
11-0, Maya Moore, for sure.
You're not scoring one bucket.
I'm not scoring. She's blocking me.
Here's the beautiful cycle. Clark watched Maya, the way kids now watch Clark. She bought Jimmer's tee. Now her jerseys fly off shelves. She broke Pistol Pete's record and plays with his joy. She studies LeBron's quarterbacking, steals KD's everywhere scoring map, and rides Steph's range revolution like it's a moving walkway. 10 years from now, a rookie will stand behind a mic and say, Caitlin Clark made me believe. That's how influence works. It compounds. Your turn. Rank Clark 6 in your order. Who's most visible in her game when you watch? Curry's gravity, LeBron's vision, Maya's completeness, KD's versatility, Pistol's flair, or Jimmer's audacity? Drop your list in the comments and tell me the one move you think defines Clark right now. Quick numbers to watch next game. So early possessions where Clark relocates after the pass. If she touches it twice in a set, expect a high-value shot or a skip dime. Defenses picking her up at half court. Count how often that opens slips and back cuts. Out of timeout reads, LeBron-style correct play moments reveal her control room mindset. Clock those 3 and you'll see the influences in real time. The list starts with Maya's hug and ends with Clark hugging the whole game. Shooting, passing, rebounding, leading. She didn't choose one lane, she paved a highway. That's why the comparisons never quite fit. She isn't the women's Steph, or Ponytail Pete, or LeBron with range. She's the first Caitlin Clark built from pages she borrowed and a chapter she wrote herself. If this deep dive gave you a new lens, smash like so more fans find it. Subscribe for smarter WNBA breakdowns every week. And tell me which influence you want a film study on next. Maya's winning habits, Steph's relocation tricks, or LeBron's read progressions. See you in the next one.